Hey, everybody, it's Ken Tucker with Changescape Web. Welcome to this episode of the Real Producers Partners podcast. Today, I'm excited to be joined by Chris Ebel, who's the owner, CEO of DigitalArtz. So, DigitalArtz is a sign and graphic design company. They do a lot of really cool things. And Chris, I know you're a part of Real Producers. What publication are you a member of?
We're a member of the STL and the Metro East.
Okay, awesome, cool. So, well, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about your business and how you got into that business.
This is the sign business is an interesting trade. We do a lot of creative stuff, a lot of engineering, and building of different sign applications and helping their clients out. And a lot of the draw to me is helping out our clients, making sure that they get good product that helps them with their marketing dollars or their identity to make sure that their buildings and everything is well functioning
Yeah.
for the people they service. If you get somebody comes into a facility and they're not directed well, sometimes it causes discomfort or anxiety. So we try to help those flows of traffic through those facilities as
Okay.
well. So
Yeah. Does that include like safety signs and things like that for certain facilities?
safety signs would be one, just down to the general restroom sign or directional signs to find different office buildings and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Um,
I've heard you use a term before. I believe it's wayfinding.
yeah,
Yeah. So tell me a little bit. Describe that a little bit more for our listeners and watchers.
a lot of wayfinding signs are in the ADA, American with Disabilities Act type of production. So they'll have the raised textile and the braille appliques. So they're made for people with visual disabilities and such. They're installed at certain locations upon office or entry doors around a facility, so people can find a room, doctor's office, or uh, whatever room they're looking for, whether it be a restroom, lunchroom, something of that nature.
Okay.
So that is one
So
thing that we do.
yeah. So, what are the most popular types of signs or vehicle wraps, for example, that you might do for either realtors or other real producer partners?
Uh, Real producer partners, the of since as realtors, we do a wide gamut of realty signs,
Yeah.
site signs. It's whether it's a standalone, larger identity lot for sale or building for sale. We do larger signs for that, or just the general 18 by 24 real estate signs, metal signs or plastic signs. We do,
Like art signs?
yeah, yard signs,
Okay.
banners, wooden flags,
Okay.
business cards, and magnets and decals and stuff like that.
Okay.
Those are a lot of real estate agents take advantage of those. Or the magnets are great for real estate agents that are in neighborhoods and don't want that identity to carry with them whenever they're cutting somebody off in traffic. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the downside, I guess, of a vehicle wrap.
yeah,
So now you also do vehicle wraps too, though, right?
yes,
Yeah. So, okay. And I assume a lot of the things that you just mentioned for realtors, you also do for, home remodeling contractors or mortgage folks in the mortgage industry, other folks that are in the real partner, a real producers partner network.
yeah, yeah. There's there's a lot of crossover applications for many different businesses.
Yeah. Tell me about a couple of the most interesting projects that you've done.
I built an interactive display for the National Road Museum in Vandalia,
Hmm.
where I partnered with an audio visual guy, an AV guy. He handled doing all the TV work and implementing with a interactive map that I made. That basically, if you clicked on Vandalia, Illinois, it would locate it on the map and then play a simultaneous video explaining what the location was and how it was developed through the national trail. Um, we did a lot of stuff in it's called the DeMullen Museum in Greenville,
Hmm.
which the DeMullen's history and before the turn of the century, 19th century, was initiation type of paraphernalia per se.
Okay.
And that history of the company is really unique. Like if you're a fan of Scooby Doo and you've seen all those little mystery cartoons when you were a kid, a lot of those things, like the collapsing cages and chairs and the stuff that sprayed dust in your face and all that stuff, was from DeMullen Museum, was from the
Hmm.
DeMullen Brothers Company in Greenville.
Really?
We made a lot of artifacts, displays and stuff for that museum, and it was pretty fun.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Cool. What about any fun signs? I mean, what materials do you use? I mean, do you use paint? Do you use vinyl, metal, glass? Just kind of talk about some of the things that you do.
yeah, the most common materials we use anymore are a lot of it's called ACP. It's aluminum with a plastic core. And it's very common in architectural manufacturing, walls and stuff like that. But we also use it for signs.
Okay.
That's the most common board. It's not the most fun board. So if you get into dimensional letters and acrylics and metals and all that, it makes the projects come to life. Instead of just a flat panel, you can do a lot with the flat panel to advertise that you have a lot for sale, or a flat panel on the sidewall of a building that's huge that you just want to have um, the name of the business there. But if you're looking at really making something pop, if inside of uh, say a lawyer or accountant's office that's in Clayton or Ladue, you're going to want something that has a lot of really neat textures to it, or maybe just a really clean look that um, is just some half-inch standoff letters. There's a lot of cool things you can do in metals and acrylics and different laminates to add textures and things. It's really fun.
Yeah.
That's where my passion goes to.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think I've seen some examples too that you've shown to a networking group that you and I are part of. That like you do some kiosks, and I think even maybe like bank drive-through signage and stuff like that as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, we've had quite a few ATMs lately that we've redone.
Okay.
So yeah, those are interesting.
Okay. Cool. So, what do you like to do outside of work?
I like to kayak and canoe.
Okay.
I mean, guitars are in my present and history. I've always loved playing guitar.
All right.
Styles change quite a bit. I'm not
Yeah.
AC/DC and Metallica anymore. So
Yeah. So, where do you like to kayak or canoe?
there's some local lakes and streams around here that my family just went to. We went to the Hoosier Valley this last weekend and spent some time down there.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. Earlier this spring, we went down to Echo Bluff State Park in Missouri, which is on the well, it's not on the Current River, but it's very close to the Current River, just outside of Eminence, Missouri, right by the Ozark National Scenic Riverway. It's stunning down there. If you've not been down there, it's just absolutely incredible. So definitely check that out. So, what would you say your business is best known for?
I mean, solving problems and um, creatively solving problems. That's one of the paradoxes that I enjoy doing, and I think people like working with us for that.
Yeah. So how does the whole process start? I mean, what do they commonly come to you saying, "Hey, I need signage for people to be able to, whenever somebody's driving through a neighborhood, they can see that, I have a house listed," or just kind of talk through that process a little bit.
Yeah, that
I mean,
those
I'm sure it varies.
those stories are there's a wide abundance of how those conversations start. The lesser apprehensive ones are the better conversations for me to start, because I'm a terrible salesman. I'm I'm not going to sell somebody something that they don't need.
Right.
At the same time, they're going to say they're going to come in and they're going to express their need, and I try to get the questions asked and train my people to ask the questions that get to the root of the problem of what they're looking for, whether it is large idea, small budget. Um, they have the budget, but they really don't need a $20,000 sign.
Yeah.
All those things are kind of things we look at to get them where they need to be, to where we're doing our job. Um, so that it may be somebody that's opening a new business, and they come in and they need a sign. Well, maybe their first step isn't a sign. Maybe it is a logo, because they need their logo and their branding to follow through their sign, through their vehicle graphics, through their advertising on
Yeah.
down the road. So that conversation, it kind of builds itself to where we can get to, hey, where do you need to be in the next 6 weeks, or do you need this done in 6 weeks? So we need to start with a logo and branding project first. Let's get this underway, and we can start working on the sign project and getting those layouts done, so we can submit them to the city to get approvals on the permitting and anything of that nature that we need to do before we go to manufacturing.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of here's a big ball of wax of how that answer could be, but there's a lot of different things. If it was a small project, say a realtor said, "Hey, I need 10 yard signs," obviously we don't need to go through branding. We just need to go straight into, all right, so 10 yard signs, the size, the type of stakes or frames you would be looking for, um, the, the longevity of the signs you're expecting to be in the yards, if they're throwaway or if they're going to be, multi-use, you're going to use them for 10 years, stuff of
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
nature.
Okay. I mean, do you do like door hangers or anything like that as well?
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool. So I mean, you actually do some print work beyond just signs then, it sounds like.
Yeah, we have a printing company, a sister printing company that runs alongside DigitalArtz. I run the sign show, and our partnership runs the printing company.
Okay.
Me and another gentleman, Elliot Dieters.
Okay. All right, cool. So what do you think you've done well in terms of either strategy or being able to market your own business?
What have I done well? Being a part of Real Producers. That
There you
was a
go.
great move.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah,
How long have you been a member?
for a year.
Okay. All right. And did you join both at the same time?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did.
All right.
And the renewal just came up, and I did renew this year.
Okay.
And um, I do appreciate the energy from that group, and the networking that they provide. The ones that I can get to have been beneficial. I've been able to connect with new people, and in that turn, add some different aspects to my business, because you see new people in different environments. Sometimes you're able to interject into their world different ideas that they're not seeing at that point in time, and
Yeah.
theirs into mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Do you do any sign maintenance or, I mean, even like, I don't know if there are even neon signs around very much anymore, but do you maintain any kind of signage?
that we maintain what we build, but neon, I'm not from that era.
Okay. I,
It,
I don't even know if there are many neon signs left.
there are, and there are people, just like sign painting, like hand lettering is a coveted trade. It's never going to go away. It's like your vinyl LPs. Vinyl LPs are now the thing to have. If you buy music, LPs are the way to buy it.
Right.
But if you get into some of the city, Dayton, Ohio, I know is really big for sign painting.
Hmm.
You're in Europe, it's been on an upswing trend of having things really hand lettered or gilded. So there's still the trade's still there,
Okay.
but Neon is one of those that there are some people that insist that it has to be neon, not LED. There's a difference in the lighting. So there'll always be a demand. It just depends on what people will pay for that demand.
Yeah. So you do LED?
Yeah, everything that we do lighting wise is LED anymore.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. So do you do trade show materials at all?
We do trade
Okay.
show. The vast, I have access to a lot of different systems for trade shows, and we can print a lot of things quickly for trade shows.
Yeah.
So a lot of our trade show endeavors are on the more rush end. We have clients that hey, we're doing a trade show this weekend, and I'm like, well, that's
Yeah.
not very much notice, but we probably could throw something together,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
sometimes we can make work some miracles. A
Yeah.
week's a very tight time frame. Maybe a couple weeks is a better
Yeah.
beginning
Absolutely.
stage.
For sure. Cool. So, what's the most interesting place that you've been to?
Man, the most interesting place I've ever been. It's a tough one, Ken. 'Cause I've been to a lot of interesting places, but nothing's like snapping to me right now. I mean, as far as doing work, one of the most interesting places I've ever had to send anybody, and I didn't get to go, was to Arizona. We had to do a project out there, but I had to send teammates out there.
Okay.
I've done work in North Carolina, Tennessee, Indiana, Missouri.
Okay.
Um, one of the most interesting cities that I thought that I've been to was Ann Arbor, Michigan. I think that city is just a really cool, unique city.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I used to, back in a previous life before I started my company, I did a lot of IT contracting, and we had a contract where I had to fly into Detroit, but then I had to drive over to Battle Creek, Michigan. And so the airport for Detroit is kind of on the western edge anyway, which is not too far from uh, Ann Arbor. So we used to stop for lunch quite a bit at Ann Arbor. It is a really cool place.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Very
So
cool.
you mentioned vinyl LPs earlier. So what's your favorite genre of music?
Uh, what's your favorite genre of music? My my go-to listening right now is like the rebel country stuff.
Okay.
That's like my jams, or Silver Sun pickups. I do like the Silver Sun pickups a lot.
Okay. Cool. What? How much vinyl do you own?
Really, I don't have very many vinyl records at all.
Okay.
I mean, I know that's the purchase. If I was going to buy instead of a stack of CDs, I haven't bought CDs in 10 years.
Right.
But vinyl records are, I know a lot of uh, local artists and such record things to sell on vinyl records, and that's kind of the go-to. And it's just such a cool media to listen to music on.
Yeah.
But you got to have a good LP player.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. I don't know. I probably have 1,000, maybe even more than that. I have a ton of music of all in all formats. I mean, CD, MP3, digital.
Yeah,
Still even have a few cassettes. Yeah, yeah. I, I don't know. Music's always been something that's been fascinating for me to collect. I don't know why, but cool.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
so
I have a computer that has 7 weeks of music running from beginning to end.
I wonder how many songs that is.
I don't know. It's a lot,
That is a lot.
but
Yeah.
iTunes tells you it'll be in another 7 weeks and 32 hours or something like that.
That's crazy. So cool. So, what else do you want somebody to know about your business, or what's the one big ask you would have of our viewers and listeners?
Um, one big ask. I don't really, I to say that, how about this? Be excellent to each other.
There you go. All right, cool. So who would be a good referral for you?
Somebody that handles property. They may manage facilities that have interior directional sign issues, tenant signs, maybe new people moving in and out over a course of years. So those are great referrals, and we can help them because we can help the tenants moving in. We can help them manage their facility signage.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, Chris. I've got your website down here below. What are the other good ways for people to be able to get a hold of you?
All telephones are great.
Okay.
I need to state my phone number?
Yeah, go ahead and let us know what your phone number is.
618-651-1500. And I would dial extension 203.
Okay.
That is Jen. She's the one that answers the phone and the one that usually avoids the phone.
All right, cool. All right. Well, thanks so much, Chris. I enjoyed talking with you.
All right. Thanks, Ken.
All right. Thanks. Have a great day.
Have one. Good one too. Bye.
Goodbye.